Whenever you want to start.
Oh, start? Okay. To start with, uh, my uh, my mom and dad lives in Manila, Philippines, and my dad's job was it's like a driver of cart and buggy. You know, in the Philippines they call it cartela, and take passengers from different places. I don't know if they own the horse, but they live in a one room inside that horse barn. You know, it's a small horse barn in Manila, and that's where I was born, in the barn, the horse barn. you know, that's what my mom told me. I was born in a horse barn. You know, there's a lot of haze and everything. So, and my mother was a homemaker, just stay at home, and my father was the one, um, had an occupation. And this is during the war, World War II. The Japanese was there. And I didn't know that my dad was a spy for the American. He takes that, he did that job all around Manila and getting all the information about the Japanese. And he was on a strong division, American strong division, U.S. Army strong division. Someone told me that. That's why my mom gets a monthly pension from the U.S. government. So when I was about 6 to 8 months old, they caught my dad and killed him. The Japanese killed him. So my mother went to no place, because she was so afraid that the Japanese might kill her too. So she took me and my sister to Ususan, Pateros, where we lived until I became a teenager. But while we were there, we lived from relative to relative, because the relatives were also poor, no food, man. So we kind of house to house thing. I didn't know how many houses we stayed in. But the one that I cannot forget is when I was between 4 and 5 years old. My mother used to go to the farm and help out, on harvesting rice. And so she takes my sister, because my sister is old enough to help. But I was young, 4 or 5 years old. And the first day, we moved to one of my grandfather's house. Isko is his name, I couldn't forget that guy, man. And when my mother left to the farm to harvest, man, I cried. I cried so much. I cried a lot. And that's where I took a beating by this grandfather. He put me in a sack. This I wouldn't forget, man. Put me in a sack, a flour sack. So I fit in there, inside. He tied it and hanged me on the mango tree. And I was crying like mad for hours, man. And until I fell asleep. That, you never forget things like that. Fell asleep, man. Beat me up first, beat me up with a belt. And I was only 4 or 5 years old. Man, I was black and blue. When my mother came home, I was still hanging up there. I was about 8 to 10 feet Hi, man. You know, and I was crying there, and somehow he left me up there.
For crying?
Yeah, crying, and I was asleep up there with my mom, right? Because I was probably so tired, man, of crying. So the next day, we moved. You know, she moved me to another relative, so that that's where I, you know, my cousin, his name is Reynaldo, and I call him Epoy, you know, and he became my best friend, you know, and things. He's the guy that I told you. Remember at we eat this dragonfly.
Oh yeah.
That's the guy. You know, we catch this dragonfly, put it on the stick and barbecue it, and that's our snack, you know. We catch about 20, 30 barbecue each other and eat it, you know. And then I went to elementary school. We, you know, and my mother found a job as a maid to the American, you know, U.S. Family in McKinley, Fort William McKinley, and so she left me to them. You know, they're really nice to me. They were really nice. That's why, you know, I was, you know, up to now, you know, I'm real nice to them. Save them money, you know. But you know, I grew up there with him, you know, and when I was in elementary school, I like to watch boxing. We live boxing in the arena. I was just like 9, 10 years old, you know, 11. So what we did, see, we didn't have no money. We were dirt poor, you know. We didn't have no money. So what we did, Epoy and I, you know, Reynaldo and I, we go to we have a, you know, a bolo. We go to the mountain and cut woods. We walk like 20 miles, man, 20 miles. Cut those wood and carry, you know, on our shoulder. Every weekend, you know, after school, every weekend, Saturday and Sunday. And then we cut them up like so. We dry it, and then we sell it for 25 cents per, like so, you know, for 2 days work. You know, for the two of us, we made like 50 cents for 2 days work, man. 20 miles going there and 20 miles back. Carrying those wood, man, those long, you know, you've probably seen it in the movie, you know, those cut trees. That's for tree. And then we sell them. And then on Sundays, see, if there's a, you know, boxing matches, you know, real, you know, professional boxing, 50 cents to get in, but we only have 50 cents, you see. So one get in and one sneak in, and we knew where to, you know, and we know where you know, there is a ditch. So, you know, I normally get it, you know, I normally got in with 50 cents, and then Epoy will get in on the ditch. He crawled, right? And then we just meet somewhere in there. But that's all our money. We cannot get any soda or anything. And then we watch that boxing up to between 11 and midnight when it's over. And man, we were only 12, 13, you know, between 11 to 13 years old, and we were. Well, that was kind of rough. It's rough coming back because we were carrying all this load, and some experience when we were cutting those woods. There are times that we thought, you know, I thought we saw ghosts though on the, because it's close to the unknown soldiers cemetery. of the unknown soldiers there. That's a long ways from our place, you know. It's about 20 miles. So we walked. We were wondering why there were so many woods there to cut. You know, I said, man, we hit the jackpot. There's so much woods in here. You know, it will take us a whole year to clean this up, man. We didn't know, but they told us that there were ghosts. That's why no one goes there. But see, we leave like 4 a.m. in the morning. It's still dark because we want to walk, you know, because it gets so hot. So we walk all the way there, and man, as soon as we get there, we hear some kind of, you know, noise. You know, kind of weird noise, you know, scary noise, you know, things like that. And somehow a white, you know, something just passed by. You know, it's not right in front, probably between 10 to 15 feet away from us. Just, and then Apple said, did you see that? What? Yeah, well, I saw it. I don't want to get scared, you know? What? It's a white, you know, it's a white thing that passed by. Let's hurry up and go home. But we were fast. Then we went home. And then we told our my uncle, you know, what we saw. And then Epoy said, I thought you didn't see it. No, I saw it too. I just don't want to tell you. He said, you know why that there are some kind of supernatural beings there? That's a cemetery. You know, that's a American cemetery. All the soldiers that die, it's a unknown soldier cemetery. They're all unknown. That's why, you know, it's probably still lingering there. So I said, oh, okay. But we still went there, though, because there's so much to cut. We don't care, you know. We just hurry up and go. So that was interesting there, and you know, like I didn't own any toys or anything when I was growing up. Just can of sardines. We put a hole in there, you know. We put a couple of holes in there and put, you know, this carnation milk, the can of carnation milk. That's the wheel. That's the wheel, and then we put a string, and then we have a race, you know. We run. That's why, you know, it's just Epoy and me, you know. And also we kind of make some kind of, you know, a piece of wood, and we curve it so it is like, and then on the canal, you know, the real stinky canal, you know, in the Philippines. We put all the water on this side, you know. We start from there and put all the water like so with a. We don't touch the water because we know it's stinky. Got all kind of, you know, stuff in it. We have some kind of wood, and then we push all the water there, and we put this. It's just like a boat, you know. We have a race. Then put it right there. Pull it up like that. Race, huh? That's our boat race. Cool. Whoever win, eat the first dragonfly. Barbecue. Oh man, that was something, huh? You never.
Do you have any other stories about in the forest, doing things in the forest?
Yeah.
With him
that
or with anyone?
Epoy almost died because he stepped on the snake. You know, he stepped on the snake and bit him on the leg. Golly, I didn't know what the heck to do. I said, well, I've seen it I said, Epoy, lay down, man. I've seen on the movie that I have to suck the blood. Man, and I did, man. I didn't know if it helped, but I didn't know if it's poisonous or what. But I said, I have to suck the blood, man. You can't drink it, so I have to do it. So, man, I was just sucking the blood like that. He was still alive, you know. But well, I don't know where he is now because he's gone missing up to to now. But then we went home, man. We were just, so we told my uncle, hey, he was got bit by the snake. What kind of snake? And then we described the snake. They couldn't tell if it's poisonous, you know. So anyway, well, let's see if he vomit, you know. If he start vomiting, we gonna take him to the doctor. So stay with him. So I watch him, you know. I slept with him, you know. I just slept close to him, and I said, well, I guess next morning I said, I guess you're okay. You know, you're still alive. You didn't vomit or anything. Yep, I'm good. I'm good to go. Yeah, that's another story there that I.
What about the smoking banana leaves one?
Oh yeah, man, and shoot, we seen these guys, smoking, especially when we watch that boxing, and people are smoking, and oh man, so we came home one weekend and I said, hey man, we gotta try the smoke. Yeah, but we don't know what kind of leaves do they use, because we didn't know about tobacco, they sell it in the store, but we didn't have no money. So I said, I tell you what, I said, first let's try papaya leaves. So we got some papaya leaves, we chopped it up and then rolled it and smoked it, Oh man, this tastes nasty. So we gave up on that. We used the banana to roll, to roll the papaya leaves inside. We tried the papaya leaves. We tried the gumamela, hibiscus. Yeah, we tried that. That damn thing's got a little funny thing. It makes you a little. I think it affects the brain. I don't know what the heck. That thing there, hibiscus. And then we tried this. Doggone it! It's it's like a clover leaf. Remember when we were in Disney? I showed you a plant. I told you that we tried we tried the fruit of that, and we almost died.
I don't remember.
We went to Disney one time on this boat. We were waiting. We were in the line to take the boat. The Disney.
Was it recently?
Disney World. Huh?
Recently?
I don't know. We take this boat, and we saw this statue of the alligator coming out, the hippo coming up like that, and elephant standing like that, the giraffe.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, and I pointed to you that tree. We call it. I can't remember the name right now, but we tried to smoke the leaves of that. First we tried the green leaf. The green was too much smoke, so then we picked the dry ones. Damn, that damn thing, you get hallucination. Yep. So I told him, golly, man, this will, man, this. I said, we are up in the sky, So what we did while we were smoking, that we lay down on the grass, on the field, grass. So I thought, man, we were just like an airplane, huh? We were floating, man. I'll tell you that. Yeah, that leaf there. I said, After we smoked that, next day I said, I wonder what will happen if we eat the fruit. Because it's got fruit, you know. There's a green fruit and there's a ripe one. You know, yellow, but you open it up and there are seeds inside. And the seeds, you chew the seed. We chew the seed. But that one was really I think the damn drugs on the damn thing is so high that almost killed us, man. Yep, almost killed us. We just passed out.
Was it angel trumpet?
I don't know. See, the leaf is medicinal. If you have boils, you know, in the Philippines, okay, if you have boil or wound or wart, okay, you take one of this leaf and you warm it up to make it soft. Just warm it up, and then you put it on that boil. After 36 hours, your boil is gone. And we smoke that damn thing. You know, so you can imagine the result of that. So we were up, you know, we were floating, man. I think that's worse than marijuana. You know, but they call it banaba plant. Banaba, Banaaba plant, and it got fruit this big, and it comes in clusters. You know, in clusters, and it ripens one at a time. So you only pick the ripe one, and you open it up. But no one eats that in the Philippines because they probably, you know, we did, man. We chewed it up. You know, you're a teenager, man. You're strong, you know. You can pretty much do everything, you know, when you're a teenager. So we ate that damn thing. One fruit have like 5 or 6 seeds inside. 5 or 6 seeds. And I only ate the first seed. And I was already dizzy. After I swallowed it, I haven't swallowed it yet, and I was already dizzy. After I swallowed it, I just passed out. Both of us, you know, passed out. And our elder cousin saw us. He said, hey, those two are dead. Those two are dead. Well, here comes you know, there was no doctor there. There's a quack doctor in the Philippines, you know, albulario they call that. What you call medicine, you know, what you call that, natural medicine healer or something like that. But they are, you know, they were good though. So they told that, oh no, they're alive. They was just they ate something and affected their brains. Yep. After that, never touch that stuff no more. You see, never touch that stuff. But we learn. You know, while we go to the mountain, we learn how to you know, the what you call the roots, the we can eat the roots. We just dig it. We see a plant, and we dug it, and you see the roots, and we were pretty much, you know, between he and I, you know, we were expert on which we can dig to eat, you know, the roots to eat. Mm-hmm. Man, so there.
Just by trying stuff, or you already?
No, we ate it. Yeah, we first we try it if it's good. Oh, this is sweet. So we start eating it. You know, like this, you know, this we call it shinkamas that you buy at Publix, guacamole, something like that. Mm. Those round ones, like so, and white inside. It's white. If you peel it, it's white inside. They sell it at Publix. Your mama buy that once in a while and cook it for lumpia, fresh egg roll. So here they call it wankama or something, but that we we knew where to find it. We just dig it, and we didn't bring any water when we go to the 20-mile walk. We just dig the food, and then we take it home and we eat it on our way. You see, we dig that, and we dig this. There are also roots that we dug, that we took home. It's not sweet potatoes. It's not cassava or anything, but it's got a spiny outside. But when you cooked it, when it's cooked, it's good. It was good. So we took that. And then I turned 14, I think. Yeah, in high school. And then I met your mama. I saw your mama. Ooh. I was 14 years old, so but, again, when I was in high school, Catholic school, it was seven pesos a month is the tuition fee. 7 pesos. Sometimes I couldn't pay, but since I was in the Philippines, I was the priest. I worked there when there's a mass. Just like you, are there. So the priests say they don't. If I pay late, they don't go after me. They didn't harass me like the other kids. If they cannot pay, they kick them out or something.
You had to pay to altar serve
every month
wow.
Because the Catholic school. It's just like just like the school here that you went to, the Catholic school. You have to pay in the Philippines. You have to pay every month. That month, the next month, let's say for April, you have to pay in March. You see, but a lot of times I cannot pay. I just broke. I have no money. So it's just I just tell them, just put it. When we have money, I will pay. Okay. So, but I helped there in church every Sunday. I was always there. It's a work. It's work. In the Philippines, it's different. Not like here. It's so easy. There you do. You collect the money, count them, and everything. Prepare, clean up the church. All that. So I was doing that, but then my mother started selling this on during Christmas and New Year, these fireworks, and this she started selling that. So when I was in high school, I go to I went all over the place to pick them up. So my mother can sell it, I was so busy. Also during May, the whole month of May, I was always busy. Made money there, but and then after that, well, I graduated from high school. I still owe money, and I never did pay. They didn't ask me to pay, so I didn't pay. And then I went to college. College, kind of rough, because see, my mother doesn't have. She just sell this, sometimes, those uniforms, army uniforms. She wash it and then iron it and give it back to the owner. That's how she makes money. That's just nothing.
Yeah.
It's like she gets like 15 cents a piece or something. And I went to college. I take the bus from my place to Manila to the school. 20 cents, 40 cents round trip, and my allowance was 50 cents. So So I only have 10 cents, you know. And Coca-Cola is 25 cents. I can buy crackers with 10 cents, you know, those crackers, those saltine crackers. 6 in a pack, that's 10 cents. That's all I can buy, man. And I have to go to the library because I didn't have no books. I was taking accounting because that's the cheapest one. I wanted to be a doctor really bad, you know. That's why I wanted to be a doctor. But the cheapest is, you know, commerce. You take commerce. That's the cheapest one. That's, and my mom said, that's all I can afford. I can, you know, I not afford, but I can kind of, you know, day-to-day thing. I probably can save money for that tuition. I said, oh, okay. I said, but I can't. You cannot buy the book. What she was telling me is that don't go to school. Is what she was. She just doesn't want to tell me not to go to school because I really like to go to school, to college. And if you want to go, okay, your allowance will be 50 cents. So you only have 10 cents for your food. And I can't buy you any books. You have to go to the library. Say, okay. I always say, okay, I like to go. So I went early, stayed in the library, wait for the books. Sometimes it was already checked out, man. Oh, man. Rough. That's the reason, you know, I started writing the Navy, you know, to enlist. Because it was just hard, man.
Yeah, when was that?
That was
Your college
1958,
years?
59. Then I got accepted in the Navy in 1960.
How did you go about doing that?
There's a base.
Flying?
There's a base in the U.S. base in the Philippines. They were accepting cooks. I don't know how to cook, you know, but I said, shoot, you know, I don't know, I'll learn. So I went there. No, I didn't go there. I wrote every day for 6 months. So they received like 180 letters from me. So they finally called me up. They called me up for interview and physical, and I passed it. Oh, I was so damn happy, man, because you know, because that it's a sacrifice, man, going to college with no books. And I was taking accounting. I was taking a law course, law, and I didn't have no damn book, man. I had to listen to the instructor, you know, the same. But if homework, I have to go to the library. Sometimes I see a classmate there and I borrow his book. You know, hey, but let me borrow your book, man. Okay, so I read there. That's what I did. Rough, huh? And so I was called in, took my dinner, and I was accepted in the Navy. Man. Oh man, that was my turning point. That was my turning point, man. I went there for the whole week. They give me physical, you know. I get up every 3 o'clock in the morning, take the bus going there. It takes about like 2 or 3 hours to get there. I can't stay in the other guys stay in a hotel or places there, so they can get up and just go to the base. I can't do that, man. I didn't have no money, so I went home. Next, start all over again, and I passed. And then they sent me to San Diego for training. See, while there, man, they sent me to take the test for sonar, you know, radar, all these tests that everybody, you know, first there were like 30 of us, you know, and then the next test there were only about like 18 of us, and then less and less until the final, because they will pick they will send it to, you know, officer school, officer candidate school. See? But I was included up to the last test. And then after the last test, I was one of the, you know, guys that passed the test to be sent to the OCS, officer candidate school. They picked 4. I was supposed to be the 4th one. And they said, nope, you can't, you know, they said those 3 to candidate school. And they said, you're Filipino and you're a cook. I said, why in the hell did you let me take all those tests for 5 days? You know, every day a test. For 5 days it's different, you know, math and things like that. And all kinds of radar and something, all kinds of tests that I took. And finally I was one of the 4 that was supposed to go to officer candidate school. He told me the bad news. Yeah, yeah. They should have known that for the. They said, hey, you can take this test because, you know, you came from the Philippines.
So they just were messing with you, or?
No, but they didn't know. My commanding, you know, he didn't know, whatever. And then when they found out that, you know, because I was with the Americans, you know, on the company, company 601, and you know, a few Filipinos there, but mostly Americans, all Americans from all over the states. So everyone took the test. You see, all, 30, I don't know, 28, 30 of us, and then all of a sudden there were only few, you know, keep losing and losing, because I guess there's a cutoff on the grade or something. So I ended up in the cook school, not cook, yeah, I'll say cook, apprentice. And but from boot camp they sent me to shore duty, no, not ship, you know. So I went to Connecticut. While I was there, I volunteered submarine. So they sent me to submarine school. Took my test there, and the first time I tried, I failed because my right ear on the pressure chamber, my eardrum shattered. We were inside the pressure chamber. They keep, you know, putting pressure. We were on the chamber, like this is like the gas tank. This big. We were inside there. There were about 8 of us in there, and they put pressure inside there. And so the instructor noticed. I didn't notice that my right ear was bleeding. You know, bleeding. So yeah, hey, turn off the. And then let me go. You know, sent me to the hospital. So I failed, and the hospital did a good job. The doctor said that's going to heal for the next 6 months, 6 weeks. So after 6 weeks, it healed. So I applied again. He said, "Man, you can't do that. You know, you got a shattered eardrum." I said, "It's already healed." So I went, and the doctor told me, he said, if you want to try again, the day before you go to the pressure chamber, you come down here, you know, to the infirmary, and have your ears clean. You know, so they blow the warm water or something, you know, cleaning up both ears. I passed. I passed, man. With flying color. Hey, you passed this time. Oh, thank you. Thank you, sir. I passed that, and also that you have to go to this tower, full of water, 150 feet, full of water. Did you see that? You probably saw it on the movie, yeah, on TV or something. There's a tower there. It's full of water, and it has a rope. It's got. Here's the tower. This is the tower, 150 feet, and there's a pressure chamber right here. Okay, so this is closed, and then you guys get in that pressure chamber. That's what that pressure chamber is for. And then they close it, and then they pressurize the chamber so they can open this. They fill it up with water like so, and up to here, up to that escape hatch. So that so it won't be filled up. So the pressure is even with the water. So we still have space. And then you go to that hole and hold that rope there, because you don't want to climb up. You don't want to climb up so fast or your lungs will burst. So you have to climb up on that rope going up 150 feet
Of water.
on the water. Like that. There are about like 10 instructors inside. If you are too fast, they will hold your head like that, hold your head, and then you gotta slow down, climb up there. So you go because
They have oxygen tanks.
for every
The instructors have oxygen tanks.
yeah, they have oxygen tanks. We didn't have no oxygen tanks. They said there's for every 100 feet, 44 pound per square inch that goes to your body. So it will burst your lungs if you are too fast. That's why you probably heard of the bend.
The what?
The bend. That those divers, they get sick because of the bend. The air goes to their blood.
Oh,
If they
yeah.
goes too deep underwater, and then they die or something. That's what it is.
You get
The
air in their
bend.
bloodstream.
The bend, yeah. And burst your lungs or something. So I passed that. So they sent me to this submarine. I was in the submarine for 3 years. We were on the Gulf of Tonkin. Man, talking about snakes. Every time we surface, full of snakes. On that Gulf, Vietnam, Gulf of Tonkin. We were there. We were supposed to be there 6 months. We got extended another 2 months. We stayed there for 8 months. Good thing I was single, and we stayed there for, We see
Wasn't
this
there-
all these Vietnamese fishermen. We will go down. Look at them.
When was this? 60s?
Yeah, from 1963 to 66, I was aboard the submarine, USS Cusk. I called it the Cusk Maru because it's old. It's a pig boat. They call them pig boats because we don't take a shower. No shower, man. You know what we used to clean up? The water condensation from the air conditioning. Yep, I have a face towel. I wrap it up on the condensation. Then I got soap. Soap up, man. I do that every day. Every night before I go to bed. Man. Cold. Talking about condensation, water condensation from the air conditioning. It was cold. So that's what what I use. Man. That's hard, huh?
What about
Yep. Not me. So,
what about the who was it that gave you your tattoo?
oh yeah, because I was remember we always go to the forest, and my grandfather heard about it, about ghosts that we saw and things. They said, okay, I have to give you a protection for our ghost and any, demon or anything like that. So I gotta give you a tattoo. This is against the, so that's what it is. That's what it's supposed. I had here on the back. They made a mistake. He made a mistake. See, the first part is supposed to be in front, and he put it in the back. So if you notice, I had a duplicate in there. See, the one is supposed to be here. So I did back. So that's supposed to, no devil can touch me or something.
Do you know what it says?
That's what he said.
Oh, that's what it says?
Yeah, that's what he said. Maybe it's true, So far, it's good.
And it was the hammer and needle.
Oh yeah, man, that was hard. I was just teenager, man. Remember, I was just growing up.
That's an awesome tattoo, though.
Hard, man. It was Easter. It's got to be done during Easter, so that it works. See, it works. See, hard times, huh? My life. That's it. I was telling it to Sydney and Ronald, and they couldn't believe my experience. I was growing up.
Yeah. Was it
Especially
the same,
when I was hanging.
Was it the same grandpa?
Oh no! This was my mother's
Father?
father. The one that beat me up was my grandmother's brother. See, he was the one. Oh man, every time I see him, I hide, man. Even I was teenager, I was still scared of him. I guess that's shock, block.
That's terrible.
Man, I tell you, that's rough. Yep. I guess that's all I can tell you, man.
Yeah, that was good. That was great.
Huh? Because I don't want to tell you